These are Taste of Sweetness and Lots of Mud. For this video, I'm going to be talking about the latest episodes for Battle for Dream Island again, but do not worry, I will talk about the latest Teapot episodes in a future video. So last time on BFDIA, Team No Name lost a charades challenge, so their 4 no-namers will be down to 3. So while the rest of the contestants drive Lewis's second car because his first car mysteriously disappeared, and while they're driving the fancy CGI highway, Tennis Ball received the most likes from viewers, and he wins a special prize, a win token. And now let's get to the elimination ceremony. Whoever safe gets a tank of gasoline. Tennis Ball not only received the most likes, but he also received the least likes, so he is the first one safe. Golf Ball. Although she's been absent for the past few episodes because she was stuck in the tree, she is the second one safe and no longer in the bottom 2 for now, because she gets Tennis Ball's charade right, which helped her get out of that tree. Which is down to Fries and Gelatin. A food contestant will be eliminated in this episode. And the result is... well, the speaker bot did say Gelatin has never been eliminated on Battle for Dream Island. And I can see why, because Gelatin never told the speaker bot because he scares him. So Gelatin is eliminated. So here's my educational guess on why Gelatin got eliminated over Fries. It's true Fries was the first member of the team to get crushed by the Crusher. However, he was the only one other than Golf Ball to actually guess Tennis Ball's charade right. Gelatin, on the other hand, he didn't get any single answer right during the charades challenge. And on top of that, it appears there have been some viewers that haven't really forgotten that Gelatin cheated during the Eiffel Tower contest. So if I can be honest, I wasn't really expecting Gelatin to get eliminated so soon because I thought he was playing a good game just like he did in Season 4. So I am going to miss him for a bit. So after Lewis's second car got crashed by a familiar cameo, it's time for the team swapping challenge, and it appears that Ice Cube has an interesting idea by flipping herself upside down, and everyone thinks that she has a beautiful face now. And because everyone was so mesmerized by Ice Cube's beauty face, except Fries, and that Tennis Ball wasted his swap token on Golf Ball to switch to that team, they decided to form a new team name called the Beautiful Face Devotion Institute, or BFDI for short. And since Fries never swapped to any teams, he had to do the challenge all by himself. And in this challenge, the teams had to sell the most ice cream. They have until winter arrives, when the first snowflake falls. So I thought this challenge was okay. It's still better than BFDIA 7, but the last time that one character decided to form a team all by themselves, they end up surviving on their first episode. I know I might have given away on who ended up winning in this challenge, but I am going to address the next episode later. And Fry didn't even do the challenge all by himself. He actually forced the other members from the other team to get digging for some ice cream and other ingredients. If you ask me, Fry just got ridiculously lucky. Even though there were a few clumsiness here and there on the other team, they were actually doing so well so far with the marketing and handling the ice cream. They used Gelatin's abandoned steakhouse to actually sell the ice cream from there. They actually got all the ingredients they need to make the ice cream, and even Coiny got his regular voice back instead of Needle's voice. Don't ask how Coiny and Needle got their voices back miraculously, it just happened. So what actually happened inside the steakhouse? Well, they got in the way by these 2 extra characters called Barbecue Sauce and Pineapple. Remember that Barbecue Sauce from the 8th episode of Battle for Dream Island again? He's back, and now he has a buddy named Pineapple. They used to work at Gelatin's abandoned steakhouse, but they see him as some sort of tyrannical ruler or something. But now that he's eliminated, they get the steakhouse all to themselves. But ever since Team BFDI decided to use the steakhouse to sell ice cream, it brought in a lot of customers, which Barbecue Sauce and Pineapple never really want to bring back. So while the rest of the team were trying to sell the ice cream, Barbecue Sauce and Pineapple were trying to figure out a way to get rid of all the customers so they can have the steakhouse all to themselves again. Now there are 2 things from the episode that are actually worth remembering, and I'm not talking about those weird flashbacks of Pineapple and Barbecue Sauce for some reason. One are the recommended characters, because they actually play a significant role in the episode because they are now the customers that the contestants are trying to sell the ice cream to. And the second most memorable moment from the episode is Pencil Chan on selling the ice cream. Open mouth, yeah, 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 eat ice cream, yeah, 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 so you can taste the sweetness, so you can taste the sweetness. And you think that's good? They actually have a dubstep remix for this one. So even though I found the challenge very predictable, I still see it as an enjoyable episode. And now it's time to talk about the 11th episode, and as you would expect, Team BFDI lost the last challenge because Fry sold the most ice cream. So all 12 of them are going to have to do cake and steak. Whoever saved will get a slice of plain cake, or a slice of plain cake with a piece of hair on top. But first, Puffball Speaker Box had to display the results on who received the most likes, and it's actually Ice Cube for her beautiful face. And her prize is, she must choose between immunity to the final 10 or remove a face on one character. And Pin says she doesn't need immunity because everyone loves her. And that was the part where I said, "Oh no, not again!" So if you have been catching up for Battle for Dream Island again, there was an incident where one character, specifically Teardrop, actually received the most likes to win a prize and the most dislikes to get eliminated. And her prize is that she would either get immunity or something else. But because she didn't pick immunity for that one, she ended up getting eliminated because she received the most dislikes. I really didn't like that stunt that happened to Teardrop on the 4th episode, and the minute that Pin recommended to Ice Cube to not go for the immunity, I was actually nervous they were actually going to pull that stunt again. Why would Pin even recommend Ice Cube for the face removal? That's not a good advantage to everyone. And she learned the hard way because Ice Cube chose Pin for revenge for scaring her over going to Match's dance party. And now Pin no longer has limbs and a face. She now looks like a box impersonator. And I can definitely see why she hates BFDIA. But I'm not gonna lie, the minute that they actually started removing Pin's face, it was actually disturbing. Now since there were 12 players that were up for elimination in the last episode, I don't have the time to explain which one of them are safe. I'm just gonna go straight to the point on who ended up getting eliminated. And thank goodness it wasn't Ice Cube, it's actually Spongy. Even if she did pick the immunity, she would still be in the bottom 2 and Spongy would still get eliminated either way. This debate simply happened because out of everyone, Ice Cube and Spongy had more than 10,000 votes to get eliminated. Why did Spongy end up getting eliminated out of all the 12 contestants up for elimination? Well, in the last episode, he did a great job on assembling the ice cream stand. But during the ice cream sale, he ended up scaring some customers away. When they were actually using him to divide the ice cream, some of the recommended characters actually found him disgusting on how they were using him, like they never seen a SpongeBob episode for some reason. But here's my theory. I don't think the ice cream episode is the real reason why Spongy ended up getting eliminated. Back in BFDIA 8, there was an arc going on that Spongy had some issues with Coiny after Coiny killed him in the Yoyo Mountain Challenge. And Pin promised to Spongy that things will turn out okay between him and Coiny, and they have all the time in the world to bring that arc back up. But in the past few episodes, they never brought it back, like it was nothing. And if you look back on episodes 6 through 10, Spongy hasn't really done anything to help his own team. Sure, he is a lovable guy that is sometimes cute, but what do we remember from him from those past episodes as a competitor? Even though Ice Cube was killed at the beginning of the last challenge, there are still lots of things that everybody remembered from her from the past few episodes, like the Eiffel Tower plan, the balloon trick, and so much more. I was actually happy that Ice Cube didn't get eliminated this episode, but I was still sad that Spongy ended up getting eliminated instead. I even tried my best to help Spongy by giving him a like in hopes he will win a prize, but he wasn't even that close to winning anything. So, unfortunately, it is what it really is. So after the cake and steak ceremony, Gumball had another Ice Cube on hypnotizing everyone with her beautiful face, so she decided to flip her right side up, which everybody found her really disgusting now, and now everyone is back to 3 teams again. But there have been some slight changes on the 3 teams. Free Smart is now going to be called Let's Restrain, Let's Dump, just so they can update their Free Smart material. Team No Name is still going to be called Team No Name, but this time Fries is going to join Golf Ball and Tennis Ball because he can't be on a team all by himself again because, according to Puffball's speaker box, it will ruin the team's dynamic. And Wobunch update their acronym because they still hate Ice Cube's ugly face. But before they can start the challenge, they end up losing a host again. Because after Spongy was eliminated, he was too heavy to go back to the weak trembling fortress, so he ended up laying on Puffball's speaker box, and now she's crushed to death. So Golf Ball suggests they should call one of Puffy's friends, but it turns out it's actually Flower. And since this was before Season 4 where she actually turned over a new leaf or petal, she is still rotting like she was back in Season 1, and she actually wants everyone to compete in her beauty contest so that she can win at the end. But when they spin the contest wheel, it really didn't land on beauty contest. It landed on a tiny piece of the wheel that says, rip off Flower's petals, and there was no way that Flower would give up her petals that easily. Now this episode was a lot of fun and way less predictable than the last episode. And it might sound crazy, I kinda like Flower as a host for this episode. She was actually doing a really good job on being an obstacle for all three teams when it comes to ripping off her pedals. And there were actually some funny jokes in the episode, like when Wobun ripped off the first pedal, they actually flew into the air with some fireworks that says, "Flower is ugly." Like, they just embrace it on how much they hate Flower. And since they are inside Flower's fashion store, Less Restrained, Less Done create an idea by giving Flower a makeup in exchange for the pedal. And no matter which makeup they come up with, Ice Cube still calls her ugly, even if she's covered in ice. And there were even some smart tactics that were happening during the challenge, like when Flower threw the keys away to the lock pedals, Team Wobun actually went underwater by using these banana snorkels that Bombi created. And when one of the keys were hiding in one of the three trap doors and Pin noticed which door has the key, she actually figured out a way on how to communicate with Coiny, even though she doesn't have her limbs or face anymore. She's still oozing. The only joke I didn't get in this episode is the scene with the cookie and the toast. When Wobun were going underground with these banana snorkels, the two recommended characters see these snorkels as some sort of tiny portal to another dimension or something like that, and they think it's good luck for some reason. I really didn't get that joke, and why do they think banana snorkels are tiny portals to another dimension? So Battle for Dream Island again, episode 11, was really a great episode, and I never thought I'd say this, Flower was a good host like Puffball Speaker Box. But how long will it take for Flower as the new host for Battle for Dream Island again? And with the final 12 soon to be down to the final 11, does that automatically mean the contestants are finally reaching the merge in Season 2? Well, we're just gonna have to find out in the next episode. I will see them all in BFDIA 12.